A lot of people ask me, do I need to hold my threads when I start to sew? Maybe you do it because of habit, but let me show you with your Pfaff Creative 3.0 sewing machine, you don't have to hold these threads. So when you put your fabric underneath the presser foot, just make sure that you have fabric underneath where the needle is going to take its first stitch. So if you don't push your fabric in far enough, well, then you better hold those threads because there's nothing to kind of keep them taut while that stitch starts to begin. So how do you know if you have your fabric in all the way? Here's a little tip. If you push your presser foot down button once and then twice, so a second time pops it up just a little bit. And so if you can see, oh no, I need to push it in a little bit more, or oh, that's too much, it allows your foot to be closer to your fabric so you know where it's going to start. So once I start, you will notice that I don't have to hold those threads. And here's the reason why. I'm going to help you try to let the machine do the work for you, meaning you do not have to turn that hand wheel over there. We're going to do everything with the touch of the buttons. So first off, when you're done sewing, maybe you've done a reverse and locked your stitches, go ahead and hit the thread snips, the scissors there. And what it does is it makes sure the needle's at the highest position and the take-up levers at the highest position. This is actually the key part. So when the stitch has been completed from your last seam, that means that when you start to sew, it's where it's supposed to be. You don't have to hold the threads. Well, what happens is a lot of times people get to sewing, or if they have machines that are mechanical machines, not computerized like this little baby, is they're going to bring your needle up, but they don't bring it up all the way. They bring the needle up, but they don't finish the stitch by bringing the take-up lever to the highest position. So now when you pull it out and you cut your threads, you will find that it's still trying to finish the last stitch. And that's what pulls the thread on the needle, which gave us the habits that we have been in of holding those threads. But from here on out, if you let the needle always come to the highest position, you bring your needle up here with your button, or you tap the foot control so it always comes up, or use your thread snips. See where that needle is? It's always at the correct position for starting without holding your threads.